What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to the Mustang content. It's been a while. You haven't been seeing it, I haven't been on making videos, got really busy going back to work, different position. So, there's just a lot to talk about, and I just wanted, before we get into this new, segment of YouTube videos, I want to talk about it because I actually started making a ton of videos on the tuning process with the Mega Squirt, and then partway through it, I scrapped it, and we're gonna go a totally different route with the car when it comes to tuning, and I'm gonna show that in a second. But I've been collecting parts, getting ready for this whole new overhaul, which is basically just making the car nice and making it drivable and fixing all the little stupid things that need to be fixed, and hopefully it's gonna be a great car by the end of this. I can drive it anywhere and it'll just be awesome. But that is what the new direction is just getting all this little stuff done. So with the channel, there's going to be a lot more how-tos on different things like changing out different suspension parts, getting all the suspension stuff dialed in. There's lots of stuff to do, but I'm going to be focusing more on a how-to instead of just a vlog aspect. So that's another new thing of the channel, more how-tos, less vlog. But let me show you the new direction that we're going in with tuning, because after learning about tuning and taking the classes and doing all this stuff, the Mega Squirt, the MSP and P2 is capable, but it's definitely not the best, and there are much better standalones for the Mustang that are the Fox body in specific. The Fox body that just are so much better, and I mean, I couldn't get the car tuned in right the way I wanted because it just Mega Squirt MS2 is batch fire, and you'll never get it as good as a sequential system. So I switched to a sequential system, and I'm going to make a whole video series about what the best standalone is for a Fox body, and leave all the choices, sequential, batch fire. I'll talk all about it in a separate video, but that'll be coming up. But on this one, I just want to show you what I did, and so here it is. This is the new thing that I got for the Mustang to start tuning with. A lot of wires. No, I'm just kidding. So I got a Pimp. I got the Pimp XS. It has SD spots, has all the hookups for it, and then an expansion port. And so the Pimp XS from Stinger Performance is an MS3 based platform. So, and the advantages to MS3 is insane. Like, MS3 has all these crazy different tables, different things to tune with. It has blended tables. It just, MS3 is the greatest thing ever. So I could have gone Terminator X, I could have gone MS Gold Box, I could have gone all these different directions, but just from doing research, I like the idea of the MS3, and the cars, I've already got a feel for Tuner Studio. Like, I took my classes, I really delved into Tuner Studio, I understand it, and that's what I wanted to work with, and MS2 wasn't it, but MS3 has so much control. You can just dial in everything, and the car's gonna be fully sequential now. Sequential injection and sequential spark. It's how I want to do this, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna have videos on how I install the Pimp XS, and every single thing that needs to go into it. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be fun, and it's just a great product from Stinger. I am so glad there's something like this. The MS Gold Box is pretty much, it's really similar. It's different, but it's similar, but it's still MS3 based, and it's a good one too. But I like Stinger Performance because they put it in the original like Ford packaging, which I just think is awesome. And Terminator X, the reason I didn't go with it is because I don't know Holley EFI that well, and that's really all it is. I just don't know Holley EFI that well, and I could learn it, and it would be cool, but it's really popular on YouTube now. Brutal just is doing a Terminator X. A bunch of people are doing Terminator X, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's one of the better platforms for sure, but I don't want to be the same. I want to be different, and I think MS has a great way of doing it, MS3 at least, and so if you go on StangNet, there's a guy A91What, and he says he likes MS3, and he's like the guru of tuning Mustangs. He like knows everything. You can go on StangNet and read some of his posts, and like I think your brain will swell with all the great knowledge he has on there. So that's another reason why I went with the MS3 and the Pimp XS from Stinger. So that's why another reason why I switched and why I picked Pimp over everything else. All right, and then so there's a lot of wires. There's a whole new other harness, as you can see. So this is expansion harness, and these plugs and this sensor down here, this guy. All of this stuff is going to be to switch this Mustang to a coil-on plug setup. So I did a lot of research, and I just didn't want to do an MSD box. People are split on the internet. It's either they're great, never fails, or I get an MSD box every other week because they just fall apart. So I just didn't want to deal with that. So I got LS coils, and I'll show you those two. I got the hottest, the D585 AC Delco LS coils, and we're going to be putting those on the car and then running it that way. So we're going to have fully sequential everything. So we're not doing a crank trigger, but we are doing the cam angle sensor, and that should be good enough for now. I mean, it is better than the TFI, because after doing lots and lots of research with the TFI module, you just don't have full control over your spark. The TFI, if you try to command under its base setting, which is like 10 degrees usually, it won't go below that. And it puts it into a limp home mode, and you just don't have full control over the spark, and I didn't like that feature. It just really bugged me, and the way you could do that is with an MSD box, and you could wire it so the Mega Squirt could trigger that directly. But with the inconsistencies of the MSD box, I didn't want to go with that, and so that's why I think the coil-on plug is the better option. And plus, I had to do something with spark, because you didn't get to see it because I had it in another video, but it was already blowing out spark, and I think that's from a weak original coil, but still, I had to do something, and I didn't want to deal with it. You know, I just didn't want to deal with it. So that's why I just decided on the coil-on plug. Stinger Performance sells a whole plug-and-play kit, except it doesn't have a crank trigger. It is just the cam angle sensor. That was the way I wanted to go, and I just thought it would be the better alternative. So these are the LS coils I got. They're the D585s off a truck. I think it's the 6-liter truck. They have the heat sinks on top. They're supposed to be the best truck coils you can get. I got them with 30,000 miles on them. They're really nice, basically brand new, and these are what we're going to do on the Mustang. We're going to do a remote mount setup, so you won't be able to see anything. If you look on top, you won't be able to see plug wires. They're going to be mounted down low, and that's the way we're going to do it. And so, when we're up here, I got a brand new radiator. We're going to do contour fans and the SVE 3-row radiator. We got our subframe connectors, and we got caster camber plates in that box. Also, we have the Mishimoto Chill radiator fluid, because the other thing that was happening is the car was just getting too hot when I was trying to tune it, and it was making it really hard. I couldn't even drive the car because it would just get so hot, and it wasn't working out. So I needed to do something. So we're going dual contour fan, or we're doing contour fans with the bigger radiator, and it should be able to cool this thing down with the cooler fluid. So that's another thing I had to address, and I just didn't want to make videos of me not getting anything done. It was just more problems, and it was making me crazy. So I just stopped and reevaluated. And so now here we are making this video. And so one of the other things that was just really, really not very cash money that's been happening is, so when I get up to speed, get around like 75, 80, the whole car vibrates. I thought I took care of it, but I guess I didn't. So I'm just replacing all of the seals on the Mustang, not the seals, all the bearings, all the ball joints, all the tie rod ends, everything, all the new front suspensions being done. We're going to do all new rear suspension with new bushings and everything. The car is like 35 years old or more. It's almost 40 years old, actually. And all of these rubber bushings are bad. They've all gone bad. No wonder the car's vibrating. So I'm going to have tons of how-to videos on how to do those things. I've already started on a lot of them. But we're going to be doing prothane everything and just making this car like it was brand new from the factory. It's going to be a great driver car after this. We'll take it everywhere. We'll race everybody, and it'll be fun to drive. So there's just so many things that are coming up in the next series of videos. This is just the starter. I wanted to let you guys know what was going on and why I haven't been making videos. I actually had all these videos, and I just scrapped them because it was just editing them, and I'm like, these are crap. No one cares about seeing me fail so many times. So we're going back and we're restarting everything and making it run good. So I am super excited to be sharing these videos and finally get started back on the car again. So it's just gonna be a really good time. Also, another thing that I got is a brand new drop of t-shirts for the channel. I changed up the design a little bit, made it a little bit, I think, better in my opinion. So there'll be a link down below of the new shirts that I've released. It's just the Mustang logo, or it's my red 4-eye fox with a fox hanging off the side and ripping it up. So that is in my Teespring store now as well. If you want to support me, grab a shirt, and I really would appreciate that if you care about it. But I did change the design, made it a little bit better. So get ready for tons of Mustang content, just like it's always been. We got a ton of stuff to do, a ton of things to fix. The other thing that's going on is I got all new interior from the Mustang, well, seat covers. So we got tons of good stuff. But thanks for sticking with me, everybody. I'm gonna have a ton of videos coming up soon, and I'm gonna make them as fast as I can and as good as I can, just as good as ever as I could possibly do. So that's what's coming up in the vlog, and really hope you enjoy it. And so on that, I will catch you guys on the next video with more Mustang content, with more how-to videos, and just all around better content. And on that, I will catch you on the next one.